Do you want to know what foods to avoid for PCOS to improve hormone balance? In this video, I will show you the top 5 foods to avoid to help manage your PCOS. For the best hormone balance, fertility, and weight loss advice, make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so you don't miss a video I post every Thursday. Join our Instagram account for a dedicated place that helps women with PCOS heal their hormones, optimize their fertility, and lose weight. Remember, this is not medical advice, so if you want help with your unique situation, I encourage you to seek a provider that can help you with that. With that being said, these tips have helped hundreds of women that I've helped over the last 8 years. Now it's your turn. Okay, now we'll talk about food number 1. These include all junk foods and fast foods. So these foods are pro-inflammatory, especially when made with vegetable oils. I have these like kettle chips here, and they look pretty healthy, but they're made with safflower and sunflower oil. And these oils are pro-inflammatory, which means they encourage inflammation. And with PCOS, we're trying to reduce inflammation as much as possible. By eating less inflammatory foods and choosing more anti-inflammatory foods like nuts and salmon, you can check my last video where I talk about PCOS foods to eat to reduce inflammation. This will help you lose weight and also help restore hormone balance. Food to avoid number 2 is alcohol and caffeine. You know, those are 2 foods, but hear me out. I'm not telling you to stop using any alcohol or to stop drinking coffee altogether. There are just some ways that you can optimize the way you drink your coffee or that you drink alcohol. The issue with caffeine, for example, is that it disrupts your hormone balance, and then alcohol also affects your liver. The liver is in charge of detoxifying excess estrogen, which is one of the reasons why we want to avoid alcohol, because we want to make sure your estrogen is being detoxified, especially if you have estrogen dominance. We want to help your liver be able to do its job as optimally as possible. And alcohol just slows down your liver, it affects it. It also doesn't help it heal. So if your liver is trying to heal, it's important that you stop drinking alcohol as much as possible. But there are alternatives to drinking caffeine and also drinking alcohol that you can still include within your diet. One of my favorite ways to recommend coffee, for example, is to make sure you're always adding some extra fats to your coffee. Maybe that's a non-dairy creamer or some MCT oils, and always make sure that you're eating food when you're drinking coffee. Coffee is not a breakfast, so you have to make sure that you're eating something while also drinking your coffee, and make sure you're adding some healthy fats to it. As far as alcohol, avoid any sugary mixes. Also, drinking wine isn't going to be your best fit either, just because of its high sugar content. So choose something more like liquor and maybe mix it with some soda. So something like a vodka soda or tequila with soda and lime. And those are going to be a little bit better. Still trying to encourage reducing alcohol altogether. But if you're going to drink something, make sure it doesn't have added sugars and that it is added with only like soda and lime to make it as blood sugar friendly as possible. Food to avoid number 3 is going to be sugary foods. So sugary foods will include things like candy, pastries, soda like Cokes and Pepsi, because these foods, like those vegetable oils, are also pro-inflammatory, and also they don't help with your insulin sensitivity. So with PCOS, we want to always be thinking about blood sugar balance, and if you are eating sugary foods, this is going to make it a lot more difficult for you to have blood sugar balance and help with your insulin resistance. If you have PCOS and have insulin resistance, cutting back on sugar is going to be one of the best things you can do to help restore hormone balance. So these are foods like candy, like Skittles, or like Coke, like I mentioned earlier. Again, always in moderation. If you have some candy here and there, or if you have a soda every now and then, it's not going to be the end of the world, but always aiming at making sure that your overall lifestyle and overall diet is conducive and supportive of your hormone balance. So reducing sugars are going to be one of the best things you can do. Also, if you're not familiar with Ovasitol, it is also very popularly used with women with PCOS. Ovasitol is a high quality supplement that blends myo-inositol with D-chiroinositol, and it is a supplement that combines these two nutrients and it mimics the body's own ratio. A combination of myo-inositol and D-chiroinositol has been shown to improve insulin sensitivity, restore hormone balance, improve egg quality, improve ovulation, and it has been shown to help women specifically with PCOS. Comment yes below if you've ever tried Ovasitol for blood sugar balance. Processed meats are the fourth type of food to reduce or avoid. The reason for this is because processed meats are pro-inflammatory, so they encourage inflammation, and we're trying to reduce inflammation as much as possible to help restore hormone balance and help you lose weight and help you also have optimized fertility. So reducing anything inflammatory is going to be your best bet. The thing with processed meats too is that they tend to have a lot of additives like dry milk. They also have like a lot of the times they'll have like added vegetable oils or cereal or whey flour to make the product be more congealed and last longer. And also some have added sweeteners to enhance their flavors and their taste. And some of them have phosphatase too to help with juiciness. So my point here is that they're packed with inflammatory components that you are trying to avoid. So if you can avoid processed meats as much as possible, aim for more like local grass-fed meats. That's also going to be really beneficial to overall hormone health. And last but not least will be conventional dairy like milk, whole milk, for example. Milk and dairy products are really beneficial, but we again want to try to aim for grass-fed dairy products. So if you can get grass-fed milk or raw milk or grass-fed yogurt, grass-fed cheese, that is going to be optimal for your hormone balance. You can also try goat's milk. I am a big proponent of goat's milk. There's also goat's milk products like goat's milk yogurt. And I've heard recently that if you can't find goat's milk at your local store, you can find it at your pet store. Funny enough, these are products that are going to be most beneficial for hormone health. They're not pro-inflammatory like conventional dairy. And again, we're trying to reduce inflammation. We're trying to keep our hormones balanced and stable. So by aiming to eat grass-fed dairy or goat's milk products, that will help with achieving overall hormone balance. Now you know what foods to avoid for PCOS hormone balance. But what about putting meals together? In my 2-month program, I will guide you through a PCOS meal plan so you can take the guesswork out of the equation and make losing weight easy for you. To apply, use the description link below. If you want to join a community of women just like you, make sure you follow me on Instagram using the link below. You can also find a link in the description below to learn more about Ovasitol and how it can help with insulin resistance and blood sugar balance for PCOS. If you like this video, make sure you click the like button, make sure you comment and subscribe and share it with your friends. And also make sure you hit that bell icon so you're notified every time I post a video every Thursday.